What is going on YouTube? Hit back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be focusing on Shiba Inu. We haven't spoken about Shiba Inu in a while, and we just started to kind of bring the series back. I know a lot of people have been asking about it. So we did a video, I believe, a couple of days ago on Shiba Inu, and then we started to talk about Cardano and Crypto.com. If you have another cryptocurrency in mind that you'd like to see us review here on the channel, definitely let me know down in the comments below. Specifically today, we will be focusing on Shiba Inu though, because there is some pretty incredible stuff forming on the coin, which could lead to a pretty substantial run in the price if we do decide to complete it, when we do decide to complete it though. But you can see here on Shiba here that there is a massive symmetrical triangle forming, and this is a 4 hour, which is good because this means we're probably going to get a result from this very soon. The end of this seems to be probably in about 4 days, at most 4 days here, which is pretty exciting. That means we'll have an answer as to the direction we'll probably see Shiba Inu move to. But with that being said, guys, today's video is brought to us by Mineplex here. Hopefully you guys remember Mineplex. Mineplex is basically this all-in-one operations, one-click thing where you can actually earn and buy mine tokens as well as Plex tokens here. And what's cool is it's basically a staking platform, and what's even better, as well as an app, but what's even better is you can actually stake these cryptocurrencies in their marketplace and earn, depending on the link, stuff like new MacBook Pros, Apple Watches, TVs, so on and so forth, Samsung Galaxy Watches, phones, all that stuff though, but we will be talking about them later on at the end of today's video, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, I have linked them down in the description. And with that being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's jump into today's episode. So guys, as you can see, a quick refresh of the market. Most cryptocurrencies are down. I just want to find Shiba here, trading at number 15, also down. Not as bad as the other cryptos, down about 3% overall. Some of the major ones are down 5.7. We have 4%, 6.2, 3.7, 4.9 for most of these major cryptos, but Shiba is still there, and Shiba is trading at number 15, which means it's still up there, and there's lots of money and volume floating around with it. 13 million, I believe that is. We have, no, 100,000 million, billion, 13 billion dollars floating around within Shiba Inu, which is pretty incredible. 16 billion for Doge here. Yeah, 100,000 million billion. It's pretty incredible to see this much money floating around at SHIB, which means it's pretty much gapped its way to being a pretty relevant cryptocurrency here. Granted, Litecoin's now trading at number 21, and I haven't really heard much about movement to progress the Litecoin network here, so it is reasons for the fall off. Not to say that that can't happen with other cryptos, but if Shiba can keep pushing its utility and just staying relevant within most of these major cryptos, and just stay relevant within the crypto space, and even get listed on Robinhood, it would ultimately impact the price, and we'd probably see more hype around it and see the price swing back to the upside, even more so keeping up with some of these other major cryptos here. But notice that the reason these are all up here is because for some reason they do all have utility. They have a use case which keeps them afloat and keeps them up here. That's what you guys have to consider. Now, Shiba Inu specifically, what we've noticed, and I believe we drew this out on the last video we made a couple days ago, there is this major symmetrical triangle forming on the coin. It's clear as day here. As you can see, this is the 4 hour, and we'll jump to the daily here, but you can see the resistance and the support here. You can see the lower highs that are continuing to form, and then you can see the higher lows that are also continuing to form. Notice here, and if you want to, which is interesting, is there is a smaller you can see symmetrical triangle that formed here that broke us bullish. You can see this is it. We typically tend to form these triangles on Shiba Inu specifically, but you can see this smaller symmetrical triangle. Then we had the original break to the upside here. Now we're consolidating back down, and this is pretty incredible. So now we're looking at an even bigger one with even bigger credentials that could swing us up to much bigger levels here. And you can see just by taking this top, obviously with a symmetrical triangle, it's probably going to be the same resistance and area here. But if we were to break bullish, we'd probably see a target up to this level here, which is pretty incredible. And then mapping this out, if I can copy it for us, putting this to the bottom here, we can also expect a pretty substantial dip to the downside if we were to, however, break bearish. It would swing us fairly low. How low exactly? Probably down to, it could be close to its original starting point. So it's something to pay attention to. But you can see, guys, for the most part, we are pretty much filling in this gap here, and there's not much room left, but there is going to be a substantial run. It seems like volume does looking back for SHIB. Most of the cryptocurrencies here have been, for the most part, pretty much flatlined out and in a bearish, recession and correction that's pretty much pulling volume out of these markets here. But still, we do have these ascending or symmetrical triangles forming on Shiba Inu that do, at the end of themselves, typically break with volume here, which is very peculiar. So with that being said, with this bigger one now forming here, we could basically map out that, hey, we're probably going to see another big spurt of volume come as well. And you can see we managed to break through the 4-hour moving average here. So there's no doubt in my mind we can't do that again when we do come into contact with this. Now, jumping to the daily to get a better look at Shiba Inu here, and this is pretty exciting to see the way this is forming here. There is some sort of, descending fractal too. I mean, this is pretty much coming to an end here, so it's not that important, but you can see the original break that happened in the mid to end of January here into the beginning of February that had our first pop. And here we are grabbing onto the same support level, the same downtrend, filling in this gap here. It seems to end in about 4 days, so not much time left. And then we would have a decision to make, which is either A, are we going to be breaking bullish, swinging back up to at least daily moving average, or are we going to break up even higher and swing up to this major resistance up here? Or depending on the other market movements and stuff like that, are we going to be breaking bearish? Now, how do we do this and how do we plan for that? Obviously, I do have Bityard pulled up. Hopefully you guys know what Bityard is. Definitely make sure to sign up for Bityard, completely free, down in the description. But what's super cool about this is if you go to innovation, they actually have Shiba Inu, MOP, yep, right here. They have Shiba Inu to actually leverage trade this crypto. So what I plan on doing, obviously, is getting much closer in, seeing where this uptrend is, drawing, obviously, the symmetrical triangle that's forming here. Let's pull this up. You can see the uptrend that's forming clear as day here, the downtrend that's forming clear as day here. Seeing where this price point comes into contact, just like this, and then making a decision. If we can confirm, and as we've seen in the past, how these typically, bounce off, we could draw this downtrend here. You can see how this had a downtrend and a support level, and once we confirmed closing the daily above that, that's when we could buy in with expectations of a run, vice versa. So what we're looking for now is to see these fill in the gap here. If we can close above this downtrend, which we have not been able to do since the beginning of February here, we've been in a downtrend. We haven't been able to break through it. So if we can close above this resistance here, we're going to buy in long, set a market order, type in the amount of leverage that we want, type in the amount of margin that we want, and put in a long position. We would gather that there's a very high chance that we're going to end up seeing the price see a swing to the upside here. So we'll get our position open. It'll close above. We'll put in that long, and then we'll have expectations of it to continue to break. Vice versa, this support that hasn't been broken and started back in the end of January here has not been broken either. We've had wicks form us lower, but we haven't been able to break. If we see us close slightly, ever so slightly below here, it will still give us enough time to buy in and short this with expectations of correcting lower, which is very attainable on Bityard. So keep an eye out on this as we're going to get our answer for Shiba Inu with that break coming in about 4 days here. Granted, this is the 5th, and it has till about the 9th here, so 4 days left before we see this major run. We could see a big pop to the upside within SHIB. So I will keep updating you guys on Shiba Inu as we lead up to this run. We'll probably do a countdown video, but it's pretty exciting to see how this is going to play out. And there is a major symmetrical triangle forming on here. So I'm excited. Let's see what we hit. I'll just map in our targets and decide where exactly we're going to move to. You can see kind of this level here and maybe this level here. These are the targets depending on the run. If we get confirmation closure here, we'll buy in, leverage to the downside. If we break up, we'll buy in, leverage to the upside, vice versa. That's what we're expecting to see here. With that being said, guys, I did want to talk more about Mineplex with you. I want to give a huge shout out to Mineplex for sponsoring today's episode. As with all crypto projects, please do your own research and never invest anything you can't afford to lose. So guys, Mineplex is another interesting blockchain cryptocurrency solution to a problem that has plagued people for decades, which is banking fees. Now guys, it's a relatively new cryptocurrency, but it has made quite an impact in that short amount of time. And basically, Mineplex is a cryptocurrency bank with its very own mobile app, and you really can think of it as a cryptocurrency bank that allows fast payments at a low fee. However, it gets even more interesting with Mineplex because it will have the ability to support over 20 different cryptocurrencies, so you can have easy access to your wallet in one easy to use place. And another huge benefit of Mineplex is that it has a MasterCard attached to the wallet, and this allows one to use the card rather than dealing with the blockchain transaction to pay for services at anywhere that accepts MasterCard. Now that feature is an interesting mixture of traditional finance with with cryptocurrency, and there are similar solutions to Mineplex out there, but Mineplex does have some things about it that does make it unique. Now, Mineplex is a 2-token system for the wallet, and this works by having one token known as Mine, which is the governance token, and it's used to pay internal fees on the network, and Mineplex has a value of 1 US penny to keep things simple. And also, users who place Mine tokens for staking will receive rewards in the form of Plex coins. Now, the rewards distribution is organized in 7 cycles, allowing users to analyze and predict the complexity of staking for the upcoming 7 days. Also, guys, Mineplex Market opens a new way in shopping known as product staking, and you can basically buy a product for Plex token or stake it and receive it later. And this gives you the chance to purchase electronics and gadgets at a significantly reduced price. Now, the lower the contribution is for the value of the goods, the longer the staking period is, and vice versa. Moreover, Mine coins are not locked, and users have full and uninterrupted access to their funds. And the other token, Plex, is the more interesting token, as that is the one used for external transactions, and it has value that fluctuates like any other cryptocurrency. Now, Plex, guys, is deflationary because the supply decreases over time, and the block reward also decreases, and it's similar to Bitcoin in that regard. And it's also close to the 180th spot on CoinGecko. And finally, Mineplex also has a P2P exchange that allows users to quickly sell different types of cryptocurrency all within the wallet, and other mobile wallets offer this solution, but Mineplex does it P2P. And it's also a little more decentralized, which is much more at the heart of the purpose of cryptocurrency. And that's about everything you would really need to know about Mineplex. It's basically a cryptocurrency project that offers a solid solution to a problem that many cryptocurrency users face on a daily basis. Now, the project is only in the beginning phases, but the roadmap laid out in the white paper looks promising for the future of the project. Plus, the team that Mineplex has assembled appears to have the knowledge, connections, and resources to make a difficult solution like Mineplex successful. So guys, for more information about Mineplex, definitely make sure to check out the links in the description of today's video, where you can find more information about their project. Otherwise, huge shout out to Mineplex for sponsoring today's episode. As always, make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.